It is good to have you once again on another edition of your weekly magazine program on the station. The program is called Personality, Places and Events. My name is Tayo Oyinso. I am not alone, and of course I have my co-uncle with me. His name is Sheyi Additional, who is going to introduce the big personality we are having today. Well, to me, they call him the Balogun of Iperu Remoland and Dodondawa. I'm still going to ask the question, well, how did they come about that Dodondawa? He's going to tell us. But Sheyi.
Well, thank you very much. At last, we got him.
Yeah.
Yes, like I rightly said, we have a very important personality. It's a man I personally have a very high level of respect for. And of course, when we are given this appointment, we have to fly down yesterday for this interview here in Lagos from Abuja. And of course, here we are with a very important personality, a man of sterling qualities with monumental accomplishment in national phenomena. Ladies and gentlemen, please do join me in welcoming Chief Sir Kesington Adebutu. Sir,
you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right, they also call him Baba Jebu. We're still going to know the reason why they call him Baba Jebu. Anyway, we're still going to know all that. So we have to say a big thank you to our guest, Sir Kesington Adebutu, Baba Kesington. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Right. Despite the fact that, well, you are an important personality in Nigeria, we want to know who is Sir Kesington Adebutu.
Well, as you said, my name is Kesington Adebutu. I was born 24th of October 1935 at Iperu Remo, Ikenne local government of Ogun State. Of course, my parents are Muslim, so it's a tradition that we have to go to Arabic school. But unfortunately, those days, when we go to Arabic school, we just memorize without knowing the meaning of what we are reading. So as a result of that, one day I decided I have to go to school and not Arabic school. And that is why I will say I started schooling at age of, when I was 7 years old, instead of starting earlier. And that was at Wesley Methodist School in Iperu Remo. I was there till primary 4, and December 1948, I came to Lagos, where I completed my primary school education at Ijiro Baptist School. It is at Apapa Road. 1951, I gained admission to the famous Baptist Academy when it was at Broad Street. But of course, for one reason or the other, I finished up at Remo Secondary School, Shagamu, 1955. So, when I left school, I started working with Cable and Wireless, which is today known as Nitel. By my position, I deal only with big, influential people. I was in charge of radio telephone. Those days, you will understand, only big people, rich people can come to Cable and Wireless to make international call. Those days you cannot take the call in your house, so you have to come to Cable and Wireless. So from there, I stumbled into a company which eventually employed me as a salesman.
All right, for those who's joining us, we're going to go on a commercial break right now. After that commercial break, we'll be right back, and of course, we still have our guests in the house, and we have a lot to talk about today. So don't go away. We'll be back after this commercial break.
It all looks perfect. You couldn't add any more to it. Or could you? How about some flair? Oof. Rather keep things uncomplicated? Why add more when you don't need to? That's why when we make Amstel Malta, we use less sugar while keeping its full premium flavor. Amstel Malta, all the taste with less sugar.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, the program is still Personality, Places and Events, and of course we have our personality in the house. We're talking of Sir Chief Kesington Adebutu, the Balogun of the Peru Remoland, and of course the Dodondawa. That is where I'm going right now. Dodondawa. How did you come about that? We came into your house, we saw it. That was the first scripture that we saw. Tell us, what's the history behind Dodondawa?
Well, I'm happy. I think I'm right to say all Yorubas, Balogun Dodondawa. Balogun is a chieftaincy title, and Dodondawa is the continuation of that title, Balogun Dodondawa.
The question I want to ask you, you've helped so many people all over the world. Why did you do that? Is it because of your background?
It's not my making. I believe it's God's grace. And I appreciate that very, very highly. And very, very thankful to the Almighty God.
Hey, you have so many competitors in this your industry. How do you cope?
You may not believe. I appeal to government that operation license should be given to whichever company that is qualified. The market is too big, very, very big. And to me, it can still accommodate many, many, many more companies. So we're not threatened at all. And because of our reputation, it's difficult to push us aside. It's not possible. It's not possible.
How did you get this name, Baba Jebu?
It's amazing because normally when you are born, your parents they give you names, but this particular name is given to me by my admirers, our patrons, and today they don't even call me only Baba Jebu. The Awujale will be happy to hear that. But during the days of late Akaribo will say, it's Baba Remo. And today, when I get to Oba Lagos, Oba Kelu, he will address me, Baba Lagos, Baba Eko. So, I don't know. I really don't know, yes.
Now, another question which I want to ask, I asked the part one, I'm going to ask the part two. Talking about born from a Muslim family, and of course you are one, let me say you're the pillar of a Methodist church in Nigeria.
Yes, I am.
Good. And Baba Ijo of Methodist Church.
Western Methodist Church.
Yes, good. Thank you very much for that. Now, why your closeness to God up to the point that you were given a title, a strong title like that? Don't forget, from a Muslim family.
Well, I made this quite clear earlier on. When you go to a missionary school, you have no choice other than to preach the Christian faith. And of course, there must be something you rely upon. I can't be going to Babalawo. So, what I rely upon is prayer. And of course, when you go to church, mostly what they are doing there is to pray. So, that is why, and I honestly believe that it's through this I can get closer to God.
Well, sir, most of the younger generation today, they believe in shortcuts to life. Tell us, sir, I'm taking you back to your background. How was it like growing up?
I say this more often than not, that I quite agree with you with what you are saying. Children of today, they don't want to crawl before they walk. It is very, very unfortunate. During our own days, when I was younger, I really worked for my money. For your information, during the good old days, I will expatiate on that later on, my company was operating through 26 branches: Lagos, Jebode, Bekuta, Akure, Osogbo, Ibadan, Benin, Warri, Agbo, Enugu, Aba, Onitsha, Owerri, Port Harcourt, Calabar, Uyo, Ilorin, Kaduna, Jos, Kano, Sokoto, Maduguri, Makurdi, Minna, Bauchi, Yola. 26 branches when the country was good. Those days, staff don't steal. But for your information, at a point, we have to close down as many branches as possible to operate only within small area where we believe we can cover by ourselves easily. That is why I say during the good old days. But thank God for technology. Because of computerization, the running of the business is much more easier these days.
Now, let's go straight to the kind of food that you love. Okay. I don't know. Before you answer that, I don't know whether I'm right. Your kind of food is a berry food. Am I right with the kind of food that you love?
The name is a
berry food. Yes. Sorry. Thank you very much. And of course, for the general corporate.
Surprisingly, I'm not particular about one type of food. It depends on what I want to eat at any given time. Even the favorite food to all of us, which we all know is rice. At times I don't feel like eating rice. So, I may not say that this is my favorite. There are times there'll be rice, there'll be this, there'll be that. I choose to eat eba. In fact, when I was home last weekend, I'm talking of Ikwero, they prepared all sorts of food. Pounded the yam, rice, coconut, and everything. I told them, say, look, prepare eba for me. I'm traveling. When I travel, I don't eat Nigerian food. So let me eat as much as possible before I travel. So to me, that's no food which is special to me.
Sir, growing up, so you have so many friends there. Do you still live with them up till now?
Honestly speaking, I don't lose friends. Matama Sule died yesterday. far away in Cairo. Believe me, I'm not talking big to say that I'm one of the first set that had about his death. I'm just trying to tell you that I don't lose friend. You can imagine how long Alhaji Matama Sule was a minister in Lagos. So I scarcely lose friends because I'm tolerant, you know, and when you offend me, I forget it, I forgive you, so I don't lose friends.
Another area which I want to take a look at, sir, is that you are a well-to-do person, highly influential, a great philanthropist, and a true Nigerian. But the question that just was ringing in my mind while you were talking was that what stopped Sir Adebutu Kesington to be in politics or probably vie for position also? So is it that probably he doesn't want to do that? I mean, you have all it takes.
Yes, politics, for me, never. I will never be in politics. Of course, you cannot all be businessmen, doctor, lawyer. So I don't grudge anybody who's in politics. But for me, Namkwa, never. I will never go into politics. And for your information, well, I will say all the politicians are my friends. I have friends in, mention any group. They're my friends. They'll come here. And they don't quarrel with me, and they know.
Sir, I want to ask you, is there any regret in life?
I won't say that. I have no regret whatsoever. Because whatever comes my way, I admit it. Whatever, it has not been all roses all my life. But even when the bad time comes, you weather it. And whatever position I am, I'm satisfied.
There's no way we talk about, that we talk about, wonderful children. We had so many weddings. And people speak that you are a true father. What can you tell us about your lovely children?
I think they are right. Because some of the things I do, I've not seen it done in many homes. For instance, I've quite a number of my children with me. They're not working for me. They're not my employee. When I invited them to come and work in my organization, I said to them, don't work for me. Let us work together. How do we share profit? Unlike some people, they hire their children like any ordinary worker, give cab, accommodation. That's not what I'm doing. I'm working with my children. They're my partners in the business. And believe me, they're wonderful.
You have to work for your money. Not that because this is my father's company, I can do whatever I like.
No. You have a convertible setting in the office. If needs be to sleep in the office, they will sleep. They have a convertible setting. So, you just put down, they turn it to bed.
Sir, we're about to, I don't know, I want to ask that you love music very well. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good.
I love music.
You're going to give us a song that you love so much.
Everybody likes music now.
Give us one, sir.
That's one of the things we do in this program.
Oh my God.
Because
the Afe Babalola sang of this program. Afe Babalola sang of this program.
Because you always say about God, the grace of God. Even it's a Christian song, you love so much.
Well, you put me in a very difficult position now because there are many artists who sang for me, and when I sing a song now, I don't know how the others will feel. But I remember 1972 when I had my first chieftaincy title, 1972. That is in Lagos, from Oba Oyekon of Lagos. 1972 December. And for your information, today I'm number 2 in the hierarchy of Lagos titleships. I'm the vice president of Lagos titleships, been a chief in Lagos since 1972. And I remember those days that Ebenezer will sing, Baba Loro Miwa, Kemi Wa Lugati, Eyabidu anyway, Yellow Nugget. So I got born and all like that. Wow. And so that they will say another thing. I remember Olubi, those days, and I love them. And I appreciate it.
It really interests you that you were giving your first tattoo in 1972, right? Is that 1972, sir?
Yes.
We're just 3 months old.
Well, that is 1972.
1972?
December.
3 months old.
December 1972.
Wow.
I was made the Babalaji of Lagos. So later, Abayeko visited us at Oyade University and moved me up to Olutu of Lagos. And today, Kabiyesi Obalayelo Akiolu has been so kind to make me the Ashojoba of Lagos. That is unbelievable. I'm not a Lagosian. Though, of course, at times I put them to task. That I was born 1935. I've been in Lagos since 1948. 35 was just 48. I was just 13 years old. So at times I put them to task and ask them, where do I belong? Because if out of 82 years, I spent only 30 years at home and the rest in Lagos, where do I belong?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to this point where we're going to appreciate a father, a grandfather, and of course our guest for being part of the program today. Personality, places and events on Africa Independent Television. But before we leave here, we have decided to present this special gift, to him with his name inscribed on it. Says Chief Kesington Adebutu. There was no spiritual I put Baba Jebu there. So we have to say a big thank you. Hand it over on behalf of Personality, Place and Events crew on Africa Independent Television to Chief Kesington Adebutu. Sir, over to you.
Thank you very much. This is a big surprise, of course. Surprise will never end. Thank you for this good gesture. To me, this is a challenge to continue to work harder than before. And God helping me, I will do that. Thank you very much.
On that note, we say thank you for watching the program Personality, Places and Events Until next week, when we're going to bring you another important guest, another important personality on the show, Personality, Place and Event. We say God bless you, have a wonderful week, and of course, bye for now.